Hello and welcome, I'm Lloyd and this is the Dressing Gown Diary, review show of round 2 of the 2024 Six Nations and preview of round 3. I'm very lucky I've got the Fredster behind the camera, so I'm sure the editing is going to be considerably better than it has been, so we can all look forward to that. Let's fire straight into round 2 then. What happened? Well, Scotland hosted France in the first game of the weekend, and it was an absolute kickfest. The ball was kicked for over a mile. Both teams keen to try and manoeuvre the backfield, but ultimately the result shows, unfortunately, France engineered and manoeuvred round the Scottish team slightly better. There was controversy at the end of the game when Scotland believed that they'd scored a try. The referee gave an on-field decision of no try. It went to the TMO, who was unclear and changed his mind. Was it a try? If it was during normal time, would it have been given? Probably. The issue that most teams now have to confront is what happens after 80 minutes. Now that the rules have changed and that there's a dropout if the ball is held up, you've really got to consider what you do in overtime. You can't risk getting over the line and the try not being given because the game will be finished. So teams almost are better. If you can't make it, you pull it back and you have to give a very, very clear picture to the referee that you've scored. So it was unlucky that Scotland didn't get the victory, but it kind of is indicative that they didn't take the opportunities during the match. Can they do better this weekend? We'll come on to that shortly. Wales against their visit to Twickenham. Well, Wales blew it. They played 5 minutes against 13 men and lost that section of the game 5-0 to England. They ended up conceding a needless knock-on, it was a held ball where Ian Lloyd was snagged by Itoje under the Welsh post. I've no idea where they just didn't clear their lines. There's no way a team with 13 players can carry out a productive counter-attack from that position. So I've no idea why Wales just didn't clear their lines and go again. They had a 9-point lead at half-time, yet didn't score again. England found a way over the line, but it certainly wasn't pretty and it wasn't exciting. The sounds at Twickenham, even as the England team were coming back, it was quiet, it was dull. Now, they've now got to the point where they're trying to make it like the Dubai Sevens, where they're putting music in between points to try and excite the crowd. It is an issue for Twickenham. The atmosphere is flat, even coming back for a comeback win in that position against Wales. But they did manage to come in, and Wales and Freddie Flutter also came in, backing Wales to lose by less points on the handicap. The final game of the weekend see Ireland absolutely crush Italy. They are just so strong. They made loads of changes for that game, but Ireland just seem to be purring at the moment. It was very difficult for Italy to get a foothold in the game, and at any point that there was a question mark of whether they would, Ireland just upped the tempo. Did enough, scored 5 tries, blew them away. Moving on to this weekend. Well, it's mission impossible for Wales as they cross over to Ireland and find an Irish team that have won 17 on the bounce at home, and they've only lost 2 in 40. Wales bring a record of 1 win in 10. Doesn't look positive, does it? You certainly don't think it will be. Can Wales take comfort, though, that they've lost by the last 2 games by 3 only? I don't think so. Ireland are so strong at the moment. They've made changes as well. Hugo Keenan has dropped out. But Wales just don't look like they're at the races. It's a young team, and it looks like lambs to the slaughter, unfortunately, for this game. Scotland host England in the late early evening kickoff. Both teams have made changes at fullback. Blair Kinghorn is in. Furbank is in for England. Ollie Lawrence and Danny Kerr. Good old Danny Kerr still firing away. Will he find the pace of play too difficult? Can Scotland rub out some of the errors they seem to be making? Blowing the first half lead against Wales, and then struggling against France to get the win. But Scotland are looking to make it 4 in a row against England at home, which they haven't done since 18 something, a long time back. But what kind of game plan will this be? England will probably look to keep it tight. There'll be a lot of kicking. The attacking intent from England seems to be two phases, not on kick. It's pretty dull. So if they give Finn Russell the opportunity to manoeuvre England around, Scotland could easily be looking at another win. It's against England here on the handicap, so can they find a way through? The last game of the weekend sees France host Italy. France will be hoping to actually put a performance on. They've stuttered so far in their Six Nations as they've started. They obviously got absolutely pumped by Ireland in game one and then scraped away a victory from Murrayfield. But they'll be looking for something considerably better this weekend as they host Italy. Now, Freddie's flutter has been a hard one this weekend. Where are we at? Clearly, there are two home teams that are expecting big wins in Ireland and France. And Scotland are expected to beat England. So it's been really tough. But Freddie's flutter this weekend is to back Ireland on 22.5 points. Ireland have beaten Wales the last three by 20 points plus. And I just can't see Wales putting up much of a fight in Dublin this weekend. It breaks my heart to say it, but you've got to back Ireland plus 22.5. This is the Dressing Gown Diary. Enjoy your 6 hours of rugby. Over and out.